Some places don't stay empty, even when they're supposed to be. In our first clip, we're going back to a hospital, but this time to a floor that has been temporarily shut down. According to staff, one particular room stands out from the rest. A patient named Ethel reportedly passed away there, but some believe she never really left. Strange activity has been reported whenever staff enter the room, so they decided to record it. Let's take a look.
You need to come to 369 because we're experiencing a ghost.
Big time.
Literally.
Jeez, oh, yeah, there it goes.
Seriously, come look at this.
So if you know it, say hi.
Ethel,
Paul?
Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight? What? What's wrong, Ethel?
Where is the like?
The footage shows a well-lit hospital room. At first, everything seems normal. Then the light above the bed begins to flicker, on and off. In the background, you can hear staff reacting, calling a colleague over to see what's happening. They pan the camera across the room toward the television, and it's doing the same thing, turning on and off, with no one near it, no visible cause. Then suddenly, everything stops. The room goes quiet, no flickering, no movement, just silence. One of the staff members speaks, addressing the room, calling out to Ethel, asking what's wrong, and almost immediately after, the activity returns. The television turns on again, and the flickering starts back up, as if something responded. So what do you think is happening here? Could this be something explainable, like an electrical issue or faulty wiring? Or are we looking at something that's still present in that room, reacting when it's addressed? What's your take on this one? Sometimes, you don't film what you're looking for. You capture something else entirely. In our next clip, we're stepping away from hospitals for a moment. This is amateur cell phone footage recorded in the evening, where a woman is simply trying to film her cat running through the hallway. Nothing unusual, just a normal moment. Let's take a look. The footage starts with the cat darting around chasing a fly. It feels light, almost playful, not the kind of video you'd expect something strange to happen in, but then, in the background, something changes. Down the hallway, we can see a pair of shoes on the floor, and one of them starts to move, not slowly. It suddenly rolls forward, moving quickly across the floor, all the way toward the end of the hallway, toward the car. The cat notices it almost immediately. It pauses for a moment, then sprints after it. But when it reaches the end, it stops, looking off to the side, confused, like something isn't adding up. So what do you think was captured here? Could someone have been just out of frame, pulling the shoe? Or is this something harder to explain, especially considering the way it rolls? What's your take on this one? Sometimes, it's not what you see clearly that's unsettling. It's what you can barely make out. In our second clip, we're once again at a hospital, this time looking at security footage from a parking lot in Conejos County, Colorado. Late in the evening, two colleagues noticed something unusual on the cameras, something that didn't seem to belong there. So they took a closer look and decided to record their screen.
It comes from way back there. And see, it's dark back there, so how are we able to see it? See?
Oh my gosh. Alright, I quit.
But then it stalled right there. Do you see it? Go show that to Dr. Nelson. Be like, I think we need some medication. We're either seeing things or it's really there. Call them crazy house. All three of us.
At first, it's hard to see anything. The quality is low, made even worse by the fact that it's being filmed off a monitor, but then one of them points it out. In the distance, something moves. A faint, smoke-like shape, drifting across the frame, from right to left. It doesn't have a clear form, no defined outline, just a shifting presence, appearing briefly, then fading, and then it happens again, in a slightly different position, almost like there's more than one. You can hear them reacting, unsure of what they're actually looking at. At one point, one of them even jokes about quitting, but underneath that, there's hesitation, because whatever this is, they can't explain it. Over time, they start forming their own idea that these shapes might resemble something like children moving across the parking lot, but even that doesn't fully make sense. So what do you think is being captured here? Could this be a camera issue, or some kind of lighting distortion in the distance? Or are we looking at multiple shapes, moving in a way that's hard to explain? How would you interpret this one? Sometimes, what people experience depends on where they are in the world. In our next clip, we're heading to the Middle East. While many describe encounters like these as ghosts or spirits, others refer to something entirely different, Djinn, entities believed not to be human, but something else, something that exists alongside us. Let's take a look.
Bismillah, Bismillah, la ilaha illallah, Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله أعوذ بالله يا جماعة لا نص ساعة يا جماعة متحرك ما أدري من 100 مرة لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
It's the middle of the night. In the distance, we can see city lights, suggesting this is somewhere on the edge of a residential area. The camera is focused on a piece of outdoor fitness equipment, and something is happening. The machine is moving, not slightly, not randomly. It's being used, back and forth, with force, like someone is actively working out on it, but there's no one there, no one nearby, no one entering the frame, nothing that could explain the movement. And it doesn't look like wind. It doesn't look unbalanced. It looks controlled. So what do you think is happening here? Could this be a mechanical issue, or something affecting the equipment? Or are we looking at something unseen, interacting with it? What's your take on this one? Sometimes, it's not what you see clearly that stays with you. In our fifth clip, we're looking at amateur footage recorded inside a kitchen in March 2022. The homeowner lives alone, but lately, it hasn't felt that way. She describes a constant presence, a heavy feeling, like she's being watched. Small things start happening, shadows where there shouldn't be any, sounds in an otherwise silent house, even footsteps when no one else is there. So she sets up a camera. Let's take a look. The camera is pointed toward the kitchen. It's just past midnight. Everything looks normal, still, quiet, until something crosses the frame. A dark shape, moving from left to right. It's quick, easy to miss, but it's there. The woman was nearby when this happened, close enough to see it with her own eyes, so she reacts, moves toward where it went, trying to follow it. But there's nothing there. No one. No movement. Just an empty space. Let's watch that again, a bit slower. The shape moves across the frame, clean, uninterrupted, no clear source, no visible explanation. So what do you think was captured here? Could someone have been just out of frame, creating the illusion of a shadow? Or are we looking at something moving through the room that wasn't supposed to be there at all? What's your take on this one? Sometimes nothing happens at first, until you look again. In our 6th clip, we're looking at security footage recorded inside a bedroom in June 2021. The homeowner lives alone, no pets, no one else with access to the house. One night while he wasn't even home, the camera activated. He checked the footage and didn't notice anything unusual, so he moved on. But the next day, he decided to take another look. And this time, he saw something different. Let's take a look. The camera shows a full view of the bedroom. It's recorded in night vision, giving it that grainy, low-light look. At first, everything seems completely still. Nothing moves, nothing stands out, but then faint, orb-like lights pass through the frame, subtle, easy to dismiss, until something else appears. In the doorway, a dark shape, low to the ground, partially hidden in the hallway. It moves slowly, almost like it's peeking into the room. At one point it even starts to resemble a head, but it's not fully visible. Just enough to notice, not enough to understand. And then it's gone, leaving the room exactly as it was. So what do you think was captured here? Could this be something explainable, like dust or light interacting with the camera? Or are we looking at something that was there, just out of sight? How would you explain this one? Sometimes, the smallest things raise the biggest questions. In our final clip, we're looking at security footage recorded inside an office building. The camera was installed after employees started noticing things being out of place in the mornings. At first, they assumed it was a prank, but when it kept happening, they decided to record overnight. Most nights, nothing happened. Except this one. Let's take a look. The footage shows a quiet office at night. The quality is low, recorded in night vision. Everything appears still. But in the background, you can hear something. A faint sound, like movement above the ceiling. Then it stops, and that's when something changes. The office door begins to open. Slowly, no one there, no one entering. It stays open for a moment, and then suddenly, it shuts, with force. The room goes still again, but not for long. A chair against the wall begins to move, on its own, sliding out of place. So what do you think was captured here? Could this be something explainable, or are we looking at something interacting with the space when no one's supposed to be there? What's your take on this one? Some footage doesn't come with answers, only questions. This was Void Frame.